Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help. And King of Floors, your vinyl, laminate, and engineered flooring superstore.
Including $1,000 Visa gift cards. Check them out online at Passant Motors. Donnie and Dolly presented by King of Floors, your vinyl, laminate, and engineered flooring superstore. Visit them online at kingoffloors.com. Also, Able Auctions. Check out their online auctions May 13th, 14th, and 15th. All the info at ableauctions.ca. As we bring in our Monday semi-regular Dave Tomlinson, hockey analyst extraordinaire. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, guys. So good to hear Barry McDonald. My goodness, brings back memories. I was working at not only Team 1040, but TSN 1040, and I never really got to work together with Barry because he was always in the time slot either before or after when I would come on to do my hits, but I would always be listening and picked up, obviously, a lot of experience from listening to him interview people and, of course, the chemistry that you two had, Donnie. So it was great for him to be on, and he's always the guy I've been thinking about through the years here. So great to hear his voice.
Yeah, you just said something there. Barry was maybe the best interviewer I've ever worked with.
You know what the key was is he would listen to the other person's answer. He wouldn't just bang off every question he had because he's done his homework and wants to show that he's done his homework. He would listen for something within the answer and then have them expand on that. And sometimes the information that you get back in the interview maybe goes to an area you never thought, but it offers up something new that maybe you weren't prepared for. And that, of course, brings the listener along as well.
I don't know if you were listening to our previous segment, Dave, as we move on here, but we were talking about Jack Eichel and his complaints regarding the Buffalo organization. Are you okay with him going public with that?
I am, because I think that the frustration level has now moved from being on the ice and what he's been surrounded with and what the organization has tried to do and failed to build a winner, to now off the ice, where he's concerned not only about the direction of his hockey career from the team he plays on, but his health as well. And I've been in a situation, it's not at the same magnitude, but, was injured playing for a team that was thinking, okay, it was a shoulder injury. No, we think you're fine. No, we think that our doctor says you're okay. And I asked to get a second opinion. They didn't allow me, so I snuck off and got a second opinion. And it turns out my shoulder was actually a secondary separation. And so I've been playing with it, and the doctor had been shooting me up, and I didn't feel the pain, and then realized I had to get surgery. And yes, I did not go back. This was over in Germany. I didn't go back to play with that team the following season. I didn't feel I was being heard or taken care of, and I completely can understand Jack Eichel.
Dave, not much time left in the Canucks season. Rathbone's going to get some power play time. Lockwood got called up. Gadjevich not in tonight. I think he just sat around in Winnipeg. I think they want to practice him first. Is it just now time to just play the heck out of the kids, Dave, the rest of the way?
It is, and something interesting for Travis Green in saying that, he's going to give the younger players, some more responsibility. Typically, he hasn't said that. Yeah. Remember, he's been more along the lines of, we don't want to put a player in a position where we don't think he can succeed, which is a more negative way of looking at things, saying, I'm not quite sure that guy can handle it, so we're just going to wait on that. And something's changed here at the end of this season, particularly, because we are seeing them trot out younger player after younger player, which is A, great for the younger player, B, it's great for Canucks fans who want to take a look at what could be the future of this team, or some players that will be on the roster potentially next season or the season after as regulars. And it also sends a good message to within other players in the organization that, hey, if that guy's going to get a chance, maybe I'm going to get my chance. And you couple that all in together with the news of the team moving to Abbotsford, and there is just a great feeling within an organization if you're a player who's playing in the minors and know you know that you're that close to the NHL team because you know there's going to be more eyeballs on you. You know that the conversations are going to be more plentiful between the American League team and the NHL team because they're sharing a lot of information, they're sharing a lot of resources. And so all these things are coupling together, and the Canucks finally, I would say, giving opportunities to younger players that they have drafted and that they've tried to develop.
Right now, Dave, it doesn't look good that Travis Green's going to return. No progress on contract talks. Are you okay with if they don't bring him back?
I wouldn't understand it because he's done in a challenging season as much as he could do with the players that he's been given when his general manager has said, hey, we're 2 years away. So if you believe you're 2 years away from being a top contender, then what more do you need from your coach? Okay, maybe stay out of last place in your division. Okay, that's it. And we'll see where the Canucks end up. But the tricky thing for Travis Green is there's a lot of other coaches on the market. I mean, most recently, Tocchet, and we had Tortorella, but there's Bruce Boudreau, Mike Babcock, John Stevens, Dan Bylsma, Mike Yeo, Dean Hextall, Jim Montgomery, Claude Julien, Todd Nelson, Lane Lambert, Rocky Thompson, Nate Lehman, and Jack Capuano was just named the coach of the U.S. entrant to the World Championship. So it's not as easy in my mind as, okay, if Greener's not re-signed here, he'll go to Seattle. They'll take him. Or, he's going to end up, going to Arizona for sure. There are a lot of other coaches out there. And if you look at what the Canucks have done in this last year or year and a half, they've really kept an eye on finances. We still don't know what's going on with Ian Clark unless you have an update that I don't. But look at the coaching staff for the Canucks at this moment. I mean, Nolan Baumgartner came on for a while, has been on for a while, but it was a rookie coach. The Kings a rookie coach. They're bringing on younger coaches who get paid less. So I don't think they're looking to break the bank here. And if they don't re-sign Travis Green, which I think is a mistake, I think Green needs more runway with his team finally coming into its own with some of their star younger players having now a couple of seasons under their belt. Then are they going to go find someone who's going to ask for more money than Travis Green? No, that's not happening. So then you're looking at, again, on the younger coach. It's a bumpy road.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Dave, before I let you go, do you ever read, speaking of younger players, do you ever read on Jack Rathbone?
Oh, boy, I really enjoy watching him play. Plays with confidence, isn't shy to jump into the rush. I mentioned for you guys last time we talked that it just didn't seem like, he was daunted at all by playing in the NHL. And I think that power play time is definitely something that it's been talked about, but he should get to see how he can be in that role. And he looks like, a player that can, for their good training camp next year, stick on this team. And that would be a really good thing for their cap because obviously they're quite challenged. And Juolevi, for me, still hasn't taken that next step into knowing what to do before he gets the puck. Still getting the puck and then deciding. And for me, Rathbone has solved that already, where he knows where the puck's going to go before he gets the puck on his stick.
What's happening with the Mighty Ducks?
Well, boy, it's been a fun ride watching. We're going into episode 8 next, and episode 7 they were playing out on a pond that was actually created on the North Shore in Cates Park. I'm not sure if I can say that, but I just did. And it's been great. We're still waiting to hear if there's a season 2. But, man, oh, man, it's a lot of fun. My son, Rocco, is 11, so he's watching the show with me, and
awesome.
He's laughing at the right time, so that's a good sign.
Thanks, Dave. Talk to you in a couple of weeks.
Just quickly before I go, you guys
Yep.
are talking about Jack Eichel and the New York Rangers.
Yes.
Jack Eichel, Boston University. David Quinn, Boston University. That was his coach. Chris Drury, the new GM for the New York Rangers, Boston University.
And Dave Tomlinson? Boston
Terriers.
University. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Boston U.
All right, it all fits. Thanks, Dave. You heard it here first. Dave Tomlinson. That makes sense.